Hey up and welcome to this week's Shimmy TV vehicle review. This week we're testing the Porsche Cayenne Diesel. Let's have a little look. So the Porsche Cayenne that I'm driving today is the 3-litre V6 turbo diesel engine. It produces 258 brake horsepower and a massive 430 foot-pounds of torque, which will see it go from 0 to 60 in 7.3 seconds and hits a top speed of 137 miles an hour. For a big car, those are massively impressive figures, and this isn't even the top of the range Cayenne Diesel. If your bank balance will stretch, you could go for the 4.2 V8, but that will cost you over 11 grand more on the brand new list price. And to be honest, I think the 3-litre V6 is more than enough. Handling wise, it handles absolutely brilliant. The steering is super sharp and dead precise. Fast cornering, normally in Jeeps you get this sort of like wallowy, slightly unstable feel. With the Cayenne you don't get anything like that whatsoever. It handles more like a car, and not just any car, like a sports car. It handles, you know, it handles really well. This one's been fitted with Porsche active suspension management. That comes standard with the 911s, but it's an optional extra for, you know, just over a grand. You can have it fitted to the Cayenne. That, if you're enthusiastic about the handling of your car, then I definitely recommend that. What it does is it's constantly adjusting the dampening system to suit the road surfaces, and not just adjusting it you know, all together. It's adjusting each individual wheel. Room inside the Cayenne, there's plenty of headroom even for taller passengers in the front and the rear. In the front there's because of the centre console and the positioning, the lower positioning of the seats, the front seats, it's not as spacious as some of the competitors, and that's due to the positioning of the gearbox. But what you lack in space, you gain in, like I say, a more sporty position, a more sporty feel from the driver's seat. In the back there's plenty of room, loads and loads of leg room. The seats are adjustable in the back as well, so you can slide the seats backwards and forwards, you know, to gain that little bit extra leg room. In the boot's absolutely massive, over 600 litres. The boot is, and the seats fold down as well, so there's loads and loads of room. There's actually more room than the X5 in the boot of the Cayenne, but there's less than the ML and the Audi.
That nigga Andy, we don't know where the fuck Andy's at, but that's my nigga. Yo.
Hello, Rich.
Hello, mate.
How are you?
Is this fucking Eve? You alright, bro?
Yeah, good.
Long time no see.
Yeah. Nice, isn't it?
Not bad, mate. Not bad.
Good bit of kit.
Not bad.
How's Mr. Goddard?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. I'm good.
I see you.
Just getting a bit of Christmas shopping, but just done everything for myself, so you know it is.
I've missed you.
Mate, you too. Hey, what you been up to anyway? You've been everywhere, motorbike.
Yeah, here, there, and everywhere. Just doing a review on this this Cayenne.
I'll tell him it's not bad.
It's not bad.
He could do some bigger wheels on it or something. Libertier is a bit cheap, but yeah, it's alright.
Could do with some bigger wheels.
I think them 40 inches aren't big enough.
Those
It's not sucking enough kids in when you drive past.
Porsche's 8-speed PDK gearbox works so freaking well. Honestly, it works seamlessly. You barely notice it changing gear, and there's no real let up in the power. And when you select sport mode as well, it completely alters the way the car changes gear, the way the engine feels. You know, it'll hold it in one particular gear a lot longer. It'll hold it right round to the red line. Even with the massive performance figures of the Porsche Cayenne, you still get real good value for your money. It'll do 42 miles to the gallon, and to a tank you'll be looking at way over 500 miles. If you give me a choice, I'll always go with a Porsche. And as great and as fantastic as the Cayenne is, it's also not without fault. And one of the faults I can find is the center console. As great as it is, and as much as it looks like, you know, the Starship Enterprise, it's a little bit confusing. There's so many buttons to choose from. It'd take you a little while to really kind of like figure everything out, and to be able to do it at the, without having to think about it. Even just adjusting the air temperature, it's just a little bit crowded. And I'd like the hazard button to be a little bit more instantly accessible. I had to brake hard on the motorway, I think it was yesterday, just for an incident that happened up ahead. And to flick my hazards on to warn the other drivers behind me that I was braking hard, or there was an incident up ahead, it was like I was having to fumble around a little bit to find the hazard button. It's tucked right under here. A brand new Porsche Cayenne Diesel S will probably cost you around £50,000. And like I said before, if you wanted the 4.2 V8, it'll cost you an extra 11.5 grand on top of that. I can guarantee you, when you drive a Porsche Cayenne, you know exactly where your money's gone. It is not a waste of money at all. Literally every fine detail about the Porsche Cayenne makes you realise why you've spent 50 grand on a car. The great thing is though, is that, if you wanted to go for something that was a little bit older, say a couple of years older with a few miles on the clock, you could save yourself a good 15-17 grand. You could probably pick one of these up now second hand for about 35 grand, and I guarantee it'll probably be the best 35 grand you'll spend.